No, actually, that's it. Let's go. That's for you. The Calgary Expo.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for waiting. It's so great to see all of you guys. I've had the best time. Oh, are you kidding? It's awesome. It's awesome here.
Sweet. Okay. So first, we look good, because I hate sitting. It's okay. But it's all about you. As long as she looks good, I don't care, right? So, we're just gonna get right into it, guys, because we all know why she's here. So, Sigourney, we have Vivian L. from Calgary, and she would like to know, by the way, this question is perfect because it has to do with the clip we just saw. When that music started rolling, the stage rumbled so hard I almost fell off. So, what were you thinking in the scene when you were operating the loader and fighting the mother alien? Was it hard to act and work in the equipment at the same time?
That's such an excellent question, Vivian, because actually there was a big guy named John who was in the loader with me. You couldn't see him because I was in front of him and there was a kind of a barrier. But he actually was the one who was doing a lot of the lifting of the arms and the moving of the legs. And we had practiced in sync during the lunch hour to, almost like you train a horse, going around and around in circles, the two of us working the loader together for a long, long time, so that we were, by the time we got to the scene, we were very much in sync. But you are thinking, you're thinking, all right, John, I'm going to do this now, and you hope that he'll be able to, without seeing you, know that your arm is going to go up and all these things. Frankly, in the moment, although there was a lot of technical stuff, there were puppeteers, and there were, sorry, I can't remember, when all those little gizmos work, that's called something, I can't remember, electronic, anyway, sorry. There are lots of different effects people working different aspects of the thing. So I let Jim Cameron worry about that, and I just tried to kill that queen. That's what I said. Enough already.
So is it possible that while you were in there, if he wasn't paying attention, if he moved his arm, could you have pulled a muscle or something? I mean...
No, we weren't connected in that way. The only danger I felt was that we could have tipped over. We could have gone this way or we could have gone that way. Probably more on my face rather than his back, because it just was a big machine. But I think we were, we didn't choreograph it per se, but certainly by the time we came in on some of those specific strikes, we were doing, specific things like 3 hits and stuff like that. So it was easier to concentrate on getting that particular thing right.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And I think everyone will agree, this is a little geek thing for me, that was the best line in movie history.
I'll tell Jim Cameron you said that.
Sean Kay from Edmonton. If we see you, we'll look. Sigourney, you are the only female actor in the history of cinema that has been nominated for an Oscar for a role in a horror sci-fi film. And Sean thinks that as an actor with such a high-profile career, that many of the opportunities that you get now are for people in the field who are not just professionals in their craft, but are actually also genuine fans of yours. How do you feel knowing that? And how do you feel about the stamp your portrayals have left on pop culture?
Long question.
Did you get all that? Sure, I didn't read it.
Well, first of all, I was very honored to be nominated for Aliens. I don't think I quite understood what a big deal it was for the genre at the time, because I guess I appreciate it even more now because it hasn't happened since. And this is a genre where there's so many good performances. But I do often now, I feel I work with directors who grew up watching me. I feel so old saying that. Who grew up watching me work. I just finished working with Neil Blomkamp in South Africa on his latest movie, Chappie. And his two favorite films were Alien and Aliens. He wore the tapes out when he was a kid. And so I feel like these performances are getting me work now. But what was the last thing about stamping?
Putting your stamp on pop culture.
Oh, right. Well, you know, I have to say that when the decision was made to make Ripley a woman, because originally all the parts were men in the very original script by Dan O'Bannon and Ron Shusett. So it was like 12 guys or something. And the producers chose to make Ripley a woman not because they were feminists, but because they thought, well, this is going to be a trip because no one will ever think this young woman would be the survivor. So it was like a plot device. But I think they kind of, it expressed something in our culture and has continued to express something in our culture all around the world, something about, I don't know, the underdog or the, you know, just our sort of faith in someone who, you know, Ripley was probably one of those people who kind of believed in doing things by the book, and suddenly she's in a situation where there's no book, you throw the book out. And it's about, I think, for all of humanity, our ability as this species to find reserves within ourselves, to find the resources within ourselves to solve things and to move ahead and not to give up. And so I think it touched on a chord about who we are as creatures that I think is something that continues to resonate.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, right? I'm curious, were you in a position back then where the role was offered to you, or did you audition for it? And if you did, were you like, oh my God, I gotta have this role, I gotta have this part?
Well, no, I was not in that position. I was definitely, I guess I did do a